young, Missionary. He's sharp like barbed wire. She stole my heart, then she got archived. I keep it short with a Lord Farquhar. All the girls in the front row.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to Southern California as we've got playoff football ahead in the City of Angels. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. Escapes the defender, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, his first throw of this playoff matchup is intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes, and now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. They're quickly out wide. This is Watson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw again. Rolling to his... And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Rams are an extra point away from taking the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And they take the lead here at 7-6. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
They're on the 30-yard line.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground with Brooks. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. From the 46, here's second down and 7. They're going to look to throw. That's caught, Andre Yoshivas. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a 2nd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. That pass complete to Moore. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Giants are able to move back in front. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Giants 13, Rams 7.
The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
In motion goes the tight end. Jacobs trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They'll run it with Jacobs, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Josh Jacobs taking it in from a yard out. And the Rams have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
Ah, what a luxury it is to be able to call a bowling ball like Josh Jacobs down near the goal line. 5'10", 220 pounds, and he's not afraid to get in there and get the tough yards. He finishes off this drive with a touchdown run.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Now 2nd and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
A handoff running left, Brooks. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. From the 31, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21. They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He's got the connection to Moore. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they're going to face a third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try to field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. Tucker's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They work now on 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
The slot man in motion right. 2nd and 9 now. Sliding out of the pocket. Got his... Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumbler. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. This one complete to Yoshibas. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finding Green complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's complete. It's Green here. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Elijah Moore in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The the Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. On third down, he'll drop to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd and 5. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 25 yards that time. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
They'll try and throw for it. They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. So they tried for 2, successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. In motion left goes Watson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Flushed out right. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 37. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
A complete once again to Watson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 32 on the play.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 6. And it's caught. Touchdown. DK Metcalf from 6 yards away. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Back to throw here. Open man is Yoshivas. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run on first down. Cherry will get this up to about the 44. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd down at 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Cherry. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Here now a 3rd down and 8. They'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. It's a big play for the Giants on 3rd down. 42 yards.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. He finds his man, complete. It's Schwartz. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now, he's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
They're going to look to throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. The 20. 5. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And there is a lot of shock in the stadium. The top seed, the favorites, really getting handled thus far in this divisional round and getting close to a distance.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter.
Well, my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. And he's going to handle it on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs.
And Jacobs, I don't think is going to get there. No, it appears they're going to mark him short of the first.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
That's another Rams first down.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second down and 1. Up the middle they go. Cherry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and second and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He'll drop to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. T.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. 3rd and long. You knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. There he goes again. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Giants are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession. And to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
This is 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And just shedding him off there. And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, just go ahead and say it with me. That was
a mistake.
Yeah,
sure.
Without a doubt, because at some point, put your foot in the ground, get upfield, and get down protecting the ball. Don't go out of bounds, because when you go out of bounds, you're really just helping the defense.
Yeah, not to be too hyperbolic, but it's like giving the D an extra timeout, isn't it?
It certainly is. Gives them a chance to regroup, and it means you have to snap the ball an additional time, which always means the possibility of a mistake.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Now a give, right side. Cherry looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, Now 3rd down and 7. A run out of the gun with Brooks.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And the Giants send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Giants come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Southern California, so long, everybody.